Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be discussing something that continues to be a very concerning issue in Fortnite. So about a month ago, I made a video talking about how ever since Fortnite changed their game engine in update 11.40, the game had been full of performance and bug-related issues which mainly affected console players. Those issues included players getting higher ping than normal, more frequent packet loss than normal, lower FPS than normal, more lag, etc, etc. Now at the time, it had only been a problem for about 1 to 2 weeks, so I was pretty much expecting it to get fixed by the beginning of Chapter 2 Season 2. However, here we are about a month and a half since the issues first arose, and not only are they still in the game, but they've gotten worse in some regards, and also the problems have started to impact PC players just as much as console players. And I think what makes it really concerning at this point is the fact that Fortnite has actually tried many times now to fix these issues. Here's a tweet from February 27th that says, "We've released a maintenance patch on PlayStation 4 to address performance." Then about a week later on March 3rd, we've released a maintenance patch on PC to address performance. Then another tweet on March 5th that says, "We've released a maintenance patch on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One that resolves certain issues and addresses stability. We'll keep you updated as these issues are resolved on other platforms." So that's now 3 different patches in just the last 2 to 3 weeks, and here's a nice little preview of the impact that they've had.
We've released a maintenance patch on PC to address performance.
I can't, literally cannot build. I literally can't build, I literally cannot build, give me down. I literally can't.
So if you include some of the patches that were added before Season 2 began, Epic's now tried 4 to 5 different times now to fix the variety of performance-related issues in the game, and so far they've had very minimal success. Now one thing I do want to give Epic props for is that they clearly realize the importance of fixing this. If you go on the Fortnite Trello board, which basically shows all of the glitches and bugs they're aware of and actively trying to fix, the #1 overall issue is reports of FPS drop since V12.0. However, the bad news is that's now been the #1 issue since it was added to the board on February 27th. Now that's concerning for 2 different reasons. First off, I don't think I've ever seen such a high priority issue stay on this board for more than maybe a week or 2. However, this specific one has now been there for 3 weeks, and unlike many of the other issues on the board, it doesn't have the fixed in next game update tag, so even though it isn't totally impossible, odds are looking pretty low that it'll be fixed in the next few days. Second, that issue only specifically mentioned FPS drops, and even though that's one of the biggest performance-based problems, it definitely isn't the only one. I've seen so many crazy bugs and glitches over the past few weeks, and don't worry because I'm going to showcase a few of them in this video. The way I know these issues are so serious is because I've actually been affected by many of them. I'm super lucky with the way I play Fortnite. I have a really good computer, really good internet, and since I live in New Jersey, I generally have very low ping. So in the past, when Fortnite has had performance issues that have impacted a lot of players, usually I get off scot-free. Let me show you guys a clip here from what happened to me a few days ago at the beginning of a random match. And as you're watching this, don't refresh your browser or anything because the insane lag you're seeing is what I actually experienced in-game. Now, it may be hard to see because it's kind of small, but my FPS was dropping in this clip. However, if I remember correctly, it never really dipped below the 120 to 140 range. Let me ask you guys right now, does it look like I'm getting 120 plus FPS at all times in this clip? Absolutely not. It looks like I'm playing on either Xbox or PS4 in like a 50 player moving zone towards the end of a game. And it's crazy because that specific match actually ended up being like a 19 kill game that I was going to use as a gameplay for one of my videos, but after I started editing it, I realized it would have been way too painful to watch with all the stuttering and lag. But trust me, that's just a small taste of how bad these connection and performance issues have gotten. And now we're at the fun part of the video where I'm going to show you guys a bunch of clips of different players experiencing these issues firsthand. So we're going to start with 1 to 2 clips that are kinda similar to what I experienced, and then we'll work our way to the more unorthodox and hilarious glitches that I think you guys will love. So here's a clip from Clicks and then a guy named Wixie that shows how game ruining these problems can really be.
I'm frozen in the air.
I'm frozen.
Are you good?
I'm frozen.
I'm frozen again. I can't build. I can't build. I'm still frozen. I can build now. Nice. Are you dead? You just died on my screen. I'm frozen again. FCS in 11 days, by the way. I'm dead. Hello? I'm frozen, and then I'm just dead.
Yeah, I'm with. Go, go, go. Keep going until we're in zone. Keep going. Never stop. You have to go more north, more north, more north. Start heading north, and then don't cut your left. Yeah, just like that.
I'm getting hit by a silent bullet. I can't build. I can't build. I got the build bug.
It's really lucky.
I can't build. That's all. I can't.
In my box.
I'm not allowed to build. I'm not allowed to build.
I died.
I'm gonna die because I can't build. I can't even pop floppers.
I died.
I can't pop floppers. I'm 23 HP. I can't build. I can build. I'm dead. I'm dead. We don't qualify because of that.
I mean, just imagine making it to endgame in some stack competitive tournament and having that happen to you. And my goodness, if that can happen to these pros with insane gaming PCs, I can only begin to imagine what's going on in console endgames. It's probably pretty brutal. Now, here's a clip of a glitch that I've personally never seen before, and I bet none of you guys watching this video have either. The clip is by a guy named TJ Savannah, and this is hands down the funniest Fortnite clip I've ever seen. No exaggeration.
I can't see anything on a fucking tree! Oh, I can't see anything! Bro! What is happening?
Oh my god.
I can't see this man! Oh my god, man.
Bro, no way.
I can't see anything!
So if you didn't laugh at that, or at least smirk, there's probably something wrong with you. And now here's another funny glitch from Young Calc that probably isn't as hilarious as the last one, but it's pretty close.
What is this? What? What?
And the final clip I want to show you in this video is again from Clicks, and it's another server-based glitch that you've probably never seen before. It's a short clip, and to understand it, I want you to pay close attention to his amount of materials the entire time.
I don't know where it's going.
Yeah, I don't know. It's frozen.
Oh fuck! Go,
We
go.
go far. We go far.
I'm editing. I'm editing. Call me. Call me.
On you. On you.
Okay. You good? You good?
You're good. You're good. Keep going.
Are we second height? Are we second height?
Yeah.
I'm out of math somehow. I see your
I
math.
swear.
I just had 1,000.
So honestly, not really sure what to say about that one. Dude had around 950 materials at first, built around 3 structures, and then somehow was down to 250. So in case you've been lucky enough to not personally experience any of these problems before, hopefully I've now proven to you that Fortnite's in a pretty bad state, and it's been that way for at least the last 5 to 6 weeks or so. And the real problem for Epic is, the clock is really ticking here. About 2 weeks ago, they tweeted, "For Chapter 2 Season 2, we're working to address performance issues impacting both clients and servers. Our goal is to improve performance before kicking off any cash prize competition. competition. We'll keep you posted with scheduled updates as soon as possible. That sounds great and all, but the duo's FNCS is less than a week away at this point, so if they really want that tweet to be true, the fix to these issues is gonna have to come within the next 6 to 7 days. And fingers crossed that it does, because I'd hate to see such a promising competitive event get ruined. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down the comment section below. Have you experienced any of the connection-based problems or glitches that I either talked about or showed clips of in this video? Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.